And now, under further ado, the Yellow Breeches Middle School 6th grade band. That's your cue. Please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Oh man, it's getting a little toasty. It's getting a little toasty in here. Go Birds! Anyway, I'd like to welcome everybody for attending this afternoon's concert. Thanks for being willing to do it at 3:30 and not 3. I literally just pulled in 5 minutes ago. I have not even heard that group until that number. So thank you to Laura Slayball, wherever she's hanging out. She's our assistant band director, or assistant to the assistant band director. And where are you, Laura? Like, I'm trying to look for you. Hey, there she is, right there. Let's hear it for her. She got the entire group ready in my absence. This is great. I feel like a professional. You just show up and like your drums are already tuned for you and you're ready to play. So anyway, thank you for joining us. Thank you for our administrators, our faculty, everyone that's here from the South Middleton School District. Thank you, parents, for attending. We couldn't do this without the support of our community, and I would like to thank those that work behind the scenes to make this happen. We're going to get started with We Know the Way. You all know this from Moana. And I want to give a special shout out to Harper, my daughter. I picked this song specifically for you. The only reason I talk between each selection is because the drummers in the back, if you notice them, they're all doing this. And I said, that one of the high school students said to me, Mr. Roach, please don't talk very long in the concert. And I said, I'll try not to, but you also gotta let Mr. Yinger know as well. So anyway, when you're a percussionist, your life is very active. You don't just play the snare drum or the cymbals or whatever. Sometimes, if you're lucky enough, there may be a piece you come across in your life that will call for a chain being slapped against a wooden board. Let's give it up for him. You have your mallet for this? Someone grab him something he can hit with this. Okay? Some kind of stick of something. Yeah. Or you might get asked to play a piece of a car. Unfortunately, this next piece does not call for any of that. No, actually, it does. And I threw this at them really last minute. We had like a month, right? I was going to do this in the spring, and as we have progressed through the year, we went from, to sounded really good. And I was like, hey, you know what? I think we could do this. So I handed it to them, and they were instantly confused. And I think we got it. You'll find out right now. Blackbeard. Watch out, Disney's gonna be calling us. That was really hard to conduct with. The thing just kept flopping there. Anyway, thank you, Dalton. Where are you? Dalton Snyder. Yeah, thank you for the hookup on the sword. Talk to me afterwards about your detention for bringing a weapon into school. Before we play our final selection for this group, I just want to acknowledge 3 individuals who decided for some weird reason they wanted to spend more time with me. And these are 3 that play in the 7th and 8th grade band. And they said, hey, would you want any help in the 6th grade band? And I'm like, yes. Bring 20 friends. No. But seriously, we're only having 2 flutes in the 6th grade bit. What's up with that, Yinger? I was like, yeah, I definitely need some flute help. And then Ethan, I can't say no to this kid because he's just like a big warm teddy bear. Okay, I don't know. I've never hugged him, so I don't know. But anyway, so Presley, Kaylee, and Ethan, stand up and acknowledge them, please. That's good. Yeah, they gave up a lot of their flexes to come and help out with this group. It was awesome to see this because they're in there working. I mean, like, if I'm working over here with something, they're like going F sharp, on the saxophone, or like A natural on the flute, helping the friends out. And I just think that's so cool because it's less work I have to do. But no, it's cool to see them teach each other. I mean, look, they're going to be together the next couple years of their lives, so they might as well get to know each other now, right? So thank you for you 3 for helping us out. Thank you, 6th grade band. We have really grown this year, haven't we? We're going to record the next rehearsal when we learn the new music so we can listen and laugh at it at the end of the year. But we're excited. We're going to finish out with Arabian Nights. This piece, when I put this on the program, I was like, oh, it's cute, it's Aladdin, everybody knows the melody. And then when I got the music and looked at it, I thought, man, am I glad I am not a clarinet player. That clarinet part is tough. But I'm telling you what, they mastered it. Like, they went home and they were like, we own this. And I love that attitude because we're going to put on a pretty good concert for you, that's for sure. So here we go, Arabian Nights. Okay, now parents, you can get your cell phones out because now's a great time. We're going to have the rows stand one by one from the back, so you get an opportunity to actually see your student that's all the way in the back. And we introduce the band a little bit to you. So I guess we'll start all the way back here with the people who make a living off of hitting on things, the percussion section. All right, sitting in row 3. I feel like I'm doing a NASCAR lineup here. In row 3, we have our trumpets, our trombones, our baritone, and tuba. All right, in row 2, we have our saxophone, some of our clarinets, and our French horn and bass clarinet. Ethan for president, 2032. You heard it from me. And in our front row, our flutes and our clarinets. The 6th grade band. All right, bear with us for a second as these people exit the stage that way. And these people, come on up, it's your turn. Just a few seconds. First number, Jungle Dance, I heard last year at the CCMEA County Band Festival. The County Band Festival is a select group of individual students from each school in the Cumberland County region that form one band, and we meet up in Messiah early January. And I thought, man, that was a really catchy melody. And I thought, my group is good enough to do that. And when I say good enough, I think just as good. Maybe I'm a little biased, but these are great individuals behind me. I absolutely love our time together. And we had a lot of fun putting together our part of the concert, which is going to go by super quick because the slowest tempo is 124. And I didn't realize that until I put the 3 tunes together. So next up, we're going to feature a piece written by a local composer, Travis Weller, who actually is a professor at Messiah University and a tuba player. This Hammer and Rail, it bases its melodies and its themes off of the Underground Railroad. So you're going to hear a little bit more of that break drum in the back. And then also, I kind of had this envision of this Native American flute sound, and there's a flute solo in the beginning. And so I looked at Kaylee like, I don't know, was it like last week or the week before? 2 weeks ago, and I said, do you think you could play that on a recorder? And by golly, she learned it. I'll let you know if it sounds good or not in a minute. But no, it will. And I just am amazed at these students because it's like when I ask them to do something, the question is, it isn't, yeah, I can do that. The question is like, how high? You know, if I set the bar, they're like, how high are we going to set it? And like, I just love this maturing age group. Not that I don't love the 6th graders. I love you guys. But I love watching them mature and grow because like in the 7th and 8th grade band, they're like, oh, we get it. All the stuff you were telling us, if we actually do it, we sound better. And they're getting there, okay? But it's a process. And so I'm going to shut up now. And here is Hammer and Rail. I mean, that's impressive. Look at this. She's got a flute, a small flute, a piccolo, an oboe, and a recorder. And she complains about it every day getting ready for band. And I look at her and I'm like, look, I play bari sax, bass clarinet, and yeah, so I'm like, you know, you can complain once you're lugging those big things around, but you hear that? This is the stuff I have to deal with every day, people. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's give it up for these fine young individuals again. Our final piece is just a lot of fun. You can guess by the title, it's probably going to sound pretty interesting. I kind of sum it up like this. If you ever wonder what life is like teaching in a middle school, it sounds like what you're about to hear. There's all kinds of weird random sound effects all the way through. And let's feature one of them. Willow, do the thing. Again, I don't know why she did that. It's not in this piece. No, I'm kidding. It is. Yeah, so you'll have to lend your listening ear to hear all the funny sounds and everything. I do want to make one more shout out in the back. We have Miss Felix, our wonderful choral director at the middle school. Miss Felix, wave a hand. Let's give her a round of applause. Volunteering, helping out, running the sound and lights when she could be taking a nap. I'm telling you, that is one special individual. All of our music department here is here at South Middleton. I hope you realize that. You don't go every place and have us all, everyone involved in each other's programs. So we're really blessed to be here. And I love every one of our colleagues, even Dave. And so here we are, the 7th and 8th grade band, Squirrel Chase. Put down your pitchforks, everybody. Calm down, calm down. That was staged, okay? Sit down for a second. I'm talking a little bit more. Just give me like another minute, okay? We were in our first rehearsal on that piece, and I was explaining to the band what was going to happen. I'm like, you play a bunch of notes, then you yell squirrel, and then maracas, and then you play again, right? This guy, we're going along, cruising along, play a few notes, squirrel. He stands up and goes, maracas! And from that moment on, I said, that needs to be in the concert. All right, we're gonna acknowledge our band one last time and then get the fabulous high school band, the best band in the land out here on stage. Let's hear it up for our percussion section. Nolan, you're supposed to stand up. Oh wait, you are. All right, hope I don't get fired for that one. All right, next up we got trumpets, baritones, trombones, and tuba. Next up, we have half of our French horn section. Yes, I said half. Go to another middle school and see if they have 4 French horns. But they might have 1, and we're lucky enough to have 4. But here you're gonna only see 2. You can do the math later. And our saxophones, let's give it up. All right, most of our clarinets and the rest of our French horns. 2 + 2 is 4. There we go. There's your math. All right, and that's everybody, right? Oh, whoops, I forgot. The people I stare at every day. Here we go, the flutes and clarinets in the front. Thank you very much. Please stay around for the high school. We out.
Well, somebody short was out here talking earlier. Man, so, we go through the months of rehearsing these, and it's always something during the school day. It's that somebody's out of tune or somebody misses something, and then I start having this angst, like, oh, they're ever gonna be able to play this right? And then every time we have a concert, and it's like, they all just like pay attention at the same time and sound really good, so. That's usually how it happens, but there's always a little man in the back of my head doubting it, so. We're gonna wheel the piano out here. We're gonna use the grand piano for the next piece, so just give us a moment and we'll jump in. While Jacob's coming up, this is Jacob von Volkenberg is going to be playing the piano part for our next piece, Cafe 512. Yeah, give it up for him. Do the pre-clap. It's always a little dangerous clapping for somebody before they play. I don't know. This piece I actually had never heard before. I was at a professional development event that PMEA puts on every fall. And we had a reading session where we all get to play some band music, and this was one of the pieces that they had, and I was like, this is really cool. It's a tango. You don't really get too many tangos in concert band repertoire. So anytime you get something unique like that that works and is at the right level, has some little solo things throughout it. And also, does anybody know why it's called Cafe 512? I'm guessing you don't. There might be two people in the audience that know. The Fultons. Austin, Texas. That's the area code, right? Everybody in my contact information at 717-512. Where the heck is that? That's them. The composer was commissioned for a school that's in the Austin, Texas area, so he called it the 512. That's where that number comes from. This has been a lot of fun to work on. There's a ton of percussion parts in it. You'll see everyone back there is playing multiple things throughout. And obviously we have our piano, the grand piano that Jacob's going to be playing. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Cafe 512. Yeah, I think that one's going to stay in the rotation every 4 or 5 years. I like that one. I was trying to keep from dancing too much. So I want to make a couple acknowledgments here. First of all, this guy in the black suit here is Mr. Andrew Morgan. He's just started student teaching last week. He's from Messiah. I thought about having him fitted for a uniform. But we didn't have time. That could have been like a nice little initiation. He actually did just the other day. He was parked out front, and the school security officer thought he was one of the students trying to park in the faculty parking area and stopped him. He was like, "No, student teaching." But Andrew, he's already off to a great start. He's down at Iron Forge and up here with me. He'll be starting. He was in half days last week, and he's starting full time this week. So I'm happy to have him here, and he's sitting in on trumpet today as well. What else? Normally in the spring concert program, we put numbers beside everybody's name that made county band, district band, all that stuff. But I wanted to mention one because district band was a little early this year. We had, 11 total bubblers make district band this year, 10 from the high school band, and then Carter from over here in the middle school band went and got first chair on the trumpet. Yeah. So I just want to recognize them. If you guys want to just stand up and give a little wave when I say your name, and we'll recognize them at the end. This was Vivian Chen, Karina Chen. Yes, stand up, yep. White Geis, Addie Fulton, Danny Grand, Eric Zandvoort, Ryan Carroll, Olivia Shoup, Ellie Fazik, and Morgan Liddick, and then Carter over here as well. Give him a round of applause. Now, former band dad, who was a big supporter of me. His kids have since graduated, but he always told me that he thought that the bubbler band punched way above its weight class. And I was always like, oh, thanks, man, I appreciate it. But this year we really did. District band, it's kind of like all the best, the musicians all get together and try out. And this is our district is Franklin County, Perry County, Cumberland County, Dauphin, and Lebanon County. There's a lot of schools there, a lot of big schools in there. And we had the third most of any school in our district. There was Cedar Crest and Hershey had a couple more than us, but we had the most in our county, which was pretty cool. We had the most kids in county band this year as well. And I feel like, that needed to be said and recognized, because these kids, I put this stuff out in front of them, like, hey, this is something you should try out for. You need to push yourself and try to get better. And they're like, oh, well, I'm not good enough. And it's like, no, you're not good enough yet, but if you work on this, you will get better. And the cool thing is, even if they don't make it, they still got better. That's still success. Failing, you can still succeed through failing. But this year, a lot of them succeeded through succeeding. And I'm really proud of them for doing the work, because it's a very demanding audition. It's a very nerve-wracking process that they go through. And, you know, going down there all day to another school, and you gotta stand in line, and you go in and you play for like 30 seconds, and there's people judging you, and you hope that they like you, you know? But these guys really did a great job, and I just wanted to mention that. They'll still be recognized in the spring concert program, but I thought that was pretty cool and worthy of recognition. So yeah, give it up for them. Now, the cool thing, one of the really cool things about our band, I think at least, is that it's not just a bunch of musicians. We have people from all different areas of the school that we all come together and play music together. We got a lot of athletes. We have, you know, most of these band members are taking classes that at a level that I could not have done in high school. They didn't even have AP when I was a kid, but there's some of these kids, if it has an AP, they take it no matter what. And it's really, I think, a testament to their determination and their, you know, ability to manage their time, that they can do all that stuff in the classroom. And then some of them are playing, you know, multiple varsity sports and doing really well at them, at the same time as being in band and being involved in different clubs and activities throughout the school. I don't know how they do it sometimes, but I wanted to recognize a couple people here that I think have done some pretty cool stuff recently. One of them is our clarinet player over here, Molly Kimmel. You may have heard, she's blushing, I'm sure, may have heard that she recently scored her 1,000th point in basketball. Give it up for Molly. Now, I know it takes a certain amount of skill and agility to score 1,000 points. I'm sure some of that is due to the hours in the Marching Band parking lot that she's put in. I'll take just a small portion of credit for that. As well, one of our trumpet players, Matthew Bryan, recently achieved his Eagle Scout. Give it up for him as well. I could probably go around the entire band and point things out like this, but I just wanted to illustrate that point, that we have this diverse group of people. Some of them are 18, some of them are 14, all in between, that are coming from all different areas of the school, all different backgrounds, coming together to create something and make something together that's real. I make them put their phones in pouches on the wall, because we're gonna be engaged in something real for at least 71 minutes per day, okay? And maybe the last bastion of hope for that, but we're gonna do it. And I think it's valuable and it's meaningful. And these kids deserve some credit for it. So guys, I'm proud of you, and I love working with you, and keep doing what you're doing. I don't know how you do it sometimes. Now they've had a little time to rest their faces here after that last one. We're gonna play our final number, wink wink. The Avengers Endgame. Who's seen Avengers Endgame? Show the hands. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. You'll make the song even cooler, but excuse me. Every time we play this, I'm like thinking about like Hulk like smashing. It's so, it's awesome. So hope you guys enjoyed, and we have a little treat for you at the end. And after the performance is done, there are refreshments in the cafeteria. Please help yourself down there. And if you want to meet up with your kids down there, that way we're not all crowded into the lobby or the backstage area. I did tell the high school band members to leave their uniforms on for a little photo op. So if you parents of high school band members, if you want to just run back through that door as quickly as you can, you might be able to catch them before they take the band uniform off, to get that photo op that you may have missed over the last several. So hope you guys enjoy Avengers Endgame. So you may have heard there's a game coming up next weekend that taking a particular interest in, and I figured, you know, we might as well throw a little spirit to the way the birds here. And Mr. Roach is going to come out and join us on saxophone here. If you guys can make a little spot for him in the saxophone section, that'd be great. Feel free to sing along, and you know the chant at the end. Make sure you spell it correctly, not like that mayor did wrong. Although she did somehow get a seat in a luxury box for the NFC Championship game, so it worked out well for her. Maybe I should think about that. But thank you guys for, obviously you had to come because your kids are here and you got to take them home. But thanks for supporting music in our schools. Mr. Roach and I, we love what we do, making band things happen here in South Middleton. So yeah, keep it up. We got one more tune here for you, and I'll see you in the cafeteria. Thank you.